In the kitchen of a Michelin star restaurant, the executive chefs never guess the ingredients for their signature dishes. They follow a precise, meticulously documented recipe. This ensures that every single guest receives the exact same elite experience, regardless of who happens to be working the line that night. Why should a high-performing orthodontic practice be any different? In our world, consistency is the ultimate differentiator. It is the factor that minimizes chair time variation, reduces supply waste, and builds deep patient trust through predictable clinical outcomes. Failing to standardize means you are relying entirely on the individual memory and variable skill of each team member, which is a model that is inherently unsustainable as you attempt to grow or scale. To achieve true operational excellence, you need what I call a cookbook, a comprehensive, tabular overview of your clinical and administrative standards. This resource serves as the single source of truth for every procedure in your building, from the sterilization protocols in the back to the patient intake interviews at the front desk. It is the backbone of repeatable, high-quality care. This is not about stifling your clinical judgment. It is about providing a recipe that ensures high-level execution with significantly less cognitive effort. When your administrative overhead is minimized by absolute clarity, your clinical staff can finally focus their energy on patient interaction and complex decision-making, rather than struggling to remember routine steps. A core pillar of this clinical standardization involves the Baxmann keys. We check 3 specific markers at every single visit: the Class 1 canine relationship, the molar interdigitation, and the midline. While these markers are not exhaustive, they are critical indicators of treatment progression. Making this check a non-negotiable standard transforms the assistant's role from a passive helper into an active clinical co-pilot. They are trained to immediately assess these 3 critical relationships the moment the patient is seated, creating a valuable pre-check before you even reach the chair. This provides a common language, a clinical shorthand, for the entire team. If an assistant notices a midline deviation, they are already thinking within the standard framework of correction and can proactively gather the relevant tools, such as power chains or arch wire pliers, anticipating your next move. Standardization also makes your troubleshooting faster and more systemic. Consider the common, frustrating issue of a loose bracket. In a practice without standards, it is often treated as an isolated annoyance, leading to reactive fixes and wasted time. In a lean practice, however, the staff follows a standardized diagnostic check before any remediation begins. They look to see if the composite is still attached to the bracket base, or if it is still on the tooth surface. This inquiry is a diagnostic standard that immediately identifies where the process failed. If the composite is on the bracket, it implies saliva contamination. If it is on the tooth, it suggests a lack of proper base pretreatment. The standard converts an unexpected error into a teachable, fixable moment. Because the check is standardized, the solution becomes immediate and targeted. You stop guessing and start fixing the root cause, which is the hallmark of true practice efficiency. Furthermore, this data informs your future training, ensuring that specific failure modes are permanently eliminated from the workflow. As we have discussed in the realm of dental leadership, you simply cannot delegate what you have not standardized. Effective delegation in a complex medical field requires absolute precision. A written standard, perhaps supplemented by a short demonstration video in your digital cookbook, makes even sophisticated tasks like placing clear aligner attachments safely delegable to any trained employee. When you have a recipe for your archwire sequences, your appliance combinations, and even your latte concept for handling patient complaints, you empower your team to take full ownership of the results. They stop asking, "What do I do now?" and begin executing the predefined standard solution. This strategic delegation reduces the administrative ballast on your desk, freeing up your time for diagnosis, treatment planning, and visionary business development. It cultivates a culture of accountability and allows your team to show what they are truly capable of when given clear expectations. This is the difference between a doctor who manages every micro detail and a CEO who leads a predictable, high-performance system. The ultimate goal of lean management is to make the work lighter and more successful, transforming the practice from a collection of individuals into a synergistic system. By adopting the cookbook approach, you institutionalize your best practices and turn tacit knowledge into explicit, scalable procedures. You can return to your practice on a Monday morning and start the day with total confidence, knowing that your systems are robust enough to run without your constant intervention. This predictability is what allows practice leaders to finally step away from the chair for development or rest without the fear of an operational meltdown. Standardization is the engine of a productive practice and the key to maintaining your passion for orthodontics for years to come. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the next video.